Give me them good times. 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 Give me them good times.
Up, Log City, and welcome back to Spokane. I'm your host, Brennan Pointer, and today I've got something truly special for you. On this episode, we're going to be diving deep into the creative minds behind SKEEMN Entertainment, the dynamic collective that's been making waves in the Spokane hip-hop scene, music scene, all the scenes. And today, we're mostly talking about their latest project, SKEEMN Tapes Volume 1, Dark Days, an album that was born out of a powerful retreat in Northport, Washington, where the crew came together to channel their energy into something incredible. We'll be exploring everything from the inception of the album, the powerful themes of mental health that run through it, and the collaborative spirit that defines SKEEMN. And do not forget that the album release show is tomorrow night at the Chameleon, August 23rd. Tickets are just $10 if you buy them today. They're going to be $15 tomorrow. So save yourself $5 and get your tickets today. Don't buy them the day of the show. Don't do that, Spokane. We're better than that. So let's sit back, relax, and get ready for this conversation with the talented members of SKEEMN Entertainment. This is Spokane. The conversation where this all starts, which is right here. Welcome you everyone to SKEEMN to Spokane. Thank you all for joining us. Yes, I don't think I've ever interviewed 6 people at the same time, so this is going to be a lot of voices, a lot of talking over each. I always have my first, yeah, and it keeps on getting more and more. It went from 2 to 6. Man, I'm getting up there.
We got off light this time. We usually have 9.
That's true, yeah. Well, Bendi said that there was going to be a couple other people missing here, but they couldn't make it. Who are we missing tonight?
So, shout out to Past Life Kenny, Willis the Realist, and Carter Fox.
Mm-hmm. Those are the boys.
Yep, the boys.
The boys couldn't make it today.
So I will ask you each to go around, introduce yourself, and what is your role in SKEEMN Entertainment. Why don't we start here?
All right, my name is prodsynesthete. I'm an artist, producer, audio engineer, self-taught. My role in SKEEMN, I would say, is to be creative, to push my brothers, to make sure that we're all being better human beings possible, and to translate that enlightenment into our music.
Philosophical with it.
I'm not as well spoken, but my name is Nate Synonymous. I'm one of the newer members here in SKEEMN, and met the boys through Panoramic Dreams. I'm an artist, I'm a producer, I do some engineering, do a little bit of everything, anything I can.
He's too humble.
And he loves JoJo C.
He loves JoJo
me
C.
some JoJo.
Can you do one of our dances?
I wish. If I could, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be performing already.
Right?
Wild. It's your boy YP, you know what I'm saying? Wow. Y Pizzle, official like a referee with a whistle.
That's my IP, that's my IP.
Facts. Boom. Anyways, you know, my thing with SKEEMN and everything, you know, kind of like what Prod was saying, as an artist, and not only that, trying to drive, you know, my guys to do better, be better, mentally, spiritually, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Create, curate everything, and yeah, just reciprocate the positive energy that we keep flowing.
Nice. And I will say, YP was on a previous episode of Spokecast. Go check that out and listen to it and get his part of his backstory. I won't say it's a whole backstory, but it's a part of it. And but thanks for being here.
Yeah.
On to
shit. It's Jordan Taylor, your baby mother's favorite rapper. I'm just here. I'm just here to spit. Honestly, I try to facilitate in other aspects, but mainly I just spit.
It is what it is.
Bars
Just
only.
like the start.
Come on, baby.
Barred out like state, huh? I'm the young Bambii, youngest one in SKEEMN. I rap, I do photography, I do videography, tackle anything that the boys let me tackle.
nice.
Yes, sir.
My name's Bendi. I'm the founder of SKEEMN. I'm a producer and a hip-hop artist, and that's me. Yeah.
And also, you can go and check out Bendi's solo interview earlier that came out earlier this week, and listen to his backstory. So the next question I kind of have, and me and Bendi went over this pretty well in the last interview, but I'd love for whoever wants to go first, like to give like a brief, like this overview of like what the idea behind SKEEMN Entertainment is and what it's all about.
Somebody
besides Bendi, yeah.
Could I speak? I mean, from like experience, you hear me in my podcast or hear me talk any publicly. Yeah, that's one of the main guys that put me onto this music shit, and that is the biggest thing from it, as what I've not only witnessed, what I've seen, but like what I've heard as well, is that SKEEMN is a big thing for the community to uplift, to make people really get to their full potential when they think they lack it or they can't see it as much or as clearly as they should.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. I can concur with YP. I think it's literally just an outreach of community. Bendi picked me up when I was very much so like a lone straggler as an artist. I was very much so just like doing my own thing, and he was like, yo, I want to place some bets on you. And I said, say less. I really appreciate that. And he's been rocking with me ever since. And I think SKEEMN as a group is trying to push that outreach, give more people, community, a chance, a place to feel belonged within their artistry. I think Spokane can do better as a city for their artists and to bring that out. And so I think that's definitely a stronghold for what SKEEMN represents as a community as well as a group.
Find your art.
Find your
Yep,
art.
find your art.
Stay scheming.
Yeah. When we think of like when I say group, crew, is there a word that you use group mostly like as like how to describe yourself?
More so a collective.
A collective.
Similar to what Affiliated
Okay.
is, we're a collective of artists, and I've been rocking with like YP and Jordan and Willis the Realist for a really long time, through the beginning of just like freestyling at parties and whatnot, and through just like more and more opportunities, just taking some chances, getting some shows, performing at open mics. The vision kind of started to unfold more and more. It's always kind of been like YP said and Sin said about like a community like oriented like thing, or like a safe space. I try to like our events. I feel like you leave our events and it's like you felt good, the music was good, everybody was vibing with you.
Totally.
Yeah.
100%.
I want to ask Nate. You're the newest member of SKEEMN?
I guess Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan
technically.
Oh, okay.
Technically be the newest
But
one.
Jordan's known Bendi a lot longer.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I didn't know any of these guys until I got internship with TS at Panoramic Dreams. I met TS just through the internet and stuff. Like I was making music just at home, and I needed a space where I could go and get something more professional done. Found TS. I ended up recording a full project with him there, and then he had the opportunity to do audio engineering internships. I think he kind of liked my work ethic, and that I had the ability to do this shit on my own, at least to a certain level. And then Bendi was one of the other audio engineer interns there.
Got it.
So we met, and then we vibed, and we became friends. We go skiing and shit all the time. So it kind of just made sense for me to join, and then everyone here now is like my brother. So
that's awesome. Jordan, how did you get involved in SKEEMN?
I mean, I've really been here from the get-go.
Okay.
I'm one of the ones. I got him to start rapping like way back in high school.
Sort of, kind of. He's one of them.
We used to rap in the school parking lot, like outside like football games and whatnot. But I mean, I was just kind of on my own path for a while. Honestly, I was fucking up. He brought me back in. I ended up leaving my ex, and he kind of brought me back in. He's like, "This is what you need right now," and then I just grabbed it by the reins, and then eventually, from being there every day, he was like, "All right, come on, let's be a part of this now." And we've been fucking running ever since.
It was fated, bro. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah. Facts. Come on.
Well, I should ask, like, is everyone here from the region, like been here for a while? Like, anyone like brand new or like transplanted like recently from Bambii? Like, what's your life in Spokane? How'd you get here?
I moved to Spokane about a year and a half, 2 years ago, from a reservation on the Kalispell reservation. So about 2 hours away from here.
Yeah.
Grew up like country life, surrounded by buffaloes and stuff like that. So definitely being in the city is kind of a crazy new experience for sure. Even more being a part of like this scene is nuts.
Yeah. That's awesome. What about you, Jordan? Are you from Spokane? How'd you get here?
I mean, I got ties to 410. Like, I'm from Baltimore and shit, but I mean, I grew up here, so I really consider myself from Spokane. But
Yeah.
but I've been living here since I was like 10. So
Yeah. YP, you're from the border. You're from the. That's a joke from the last episode. That's
I love that.
from I want to go back and how did you get how did you and Bendi get connected back in the day?
Shit.
I can say it if you don't remember.
Oh man, it was actually How was it?
Y'all, so you and Kenny, you guys had like already like a little crew of people that was like, would freestyle at the parties and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I would come up in the circle, and at first, I mean, y'all was really like, all right, whatever, like, and I just kept coming in the circle again. Each party I'd see y'all, I'd just rap, and then eventually I got my own place and started having my own little hangouts and whatnot, and started making music and shit, and like y'all was around, and
Yeah.
I remember now.
We went and smoked weed that one time. Remember? We like went on that the first night we ever actually hung out.
Yeah.
La 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 YP, bro. Yeah.
I used to be the smoker back in the day.
We all saw YP at the high rise. We know what happened.
I didn't even smoke though. That's the thing.
We got broke contact.
You didn't need to at that event.
No, I had blue eyes that night.
I wasn't nearly as good at music as they were at that point either, but I tried and I put myself in there, and because of that, I eventually was able to learn from these guys too and sharpen my skills a little bit. So
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, damn, there was a lot of extracurricular activity from then to now that brain's fogged up,
Yeah.
But no, yeah, man. Yeah, been rocking with Bendi for a long time now.
Nice. Baby, I want to go back to you. How did you get connected with SKEEMN?
It was through a show with Synesthete, honestly. I think that was the first time that I ever met these cats is like a year and a half ago. It was at one of his shows that Bendi put him on to, and it just immediately clicked. I became best friends with all these guys in a matter of like a month.
Nice.
And I have something to add to that too. Bambi and I have been rocking together for like many years. So it's something similar where we were talking about this shit in high school. Like, we're going to do this music thing one day. And so when I had that opportunity that Bendi gave me, I just felt it was right to include Bambi, and I made the right choice for sure. Bro,
I knew this boy before he even made music, dude. Like, he was making beats on a MacBook that overheated every like 20-30 minutes.
Synesthete, I want to ask you, like, how did you get involved? Like,
so with SKEEMN, honestly, it was a show at the Big Dipper. I was rocking with another artist named Elemental P, and we were doing double shows for a while where we were splitting sets, and Bendi so happened to show up to one of our shows, and from that point forward, he literally was like, yo, I'm interested in like what you have to offer, and he literally gave me more show opportunities. At the time, I was really looking for someone to take my artist seriously and to see the work I was putting in, and Bendi saw that, and that meant the world to me at the time. So that's kind of like that place, it was just a very good memory, and I made the right decision in staying with the group and everything, and so I appreciate you for including me, for real. So that's
Same
that's
here,
how it
bro.
happened, yeah.
Bendi's the GOAT, bro.
Yeah, Bendi
he's
put us on
the
for
best,
sure.
bro.
I love you.
Gotta give props where it's due, for sure.
Yeah, facts.
So in my short time of like kind of being hang out within the hip hop scene, a lot of people talk about like forming groups and doing that, and then like, but not everyone does it, because not everybody actually wants to either be in a group or the commitment of trying to be there for other people. Like, I imagine that could be difficult. Like,
There's drama.
Yeah, like, well, yeah, but what, like, is there someone that's the glue to all this that like kind of like is always like kind of like making sure things are going? I would assume that might be Bendi, but like who is like what is the glue that keeps SKEEMN like running?
Honestly, Bendi and Carter.
Yeah, I'd say Carter has a
big shouts to Carter.
Big shout out to Carter Fox.
Yes, sir.
Carter's my main guy for sure, as far as like, you know, putting together a lot of like the business side of things and ideas and organizing, and obviously like everybody helps where their skills align. Like Bambii does a lot of photography, Sen is an amazing producer, Nate is an amazing producer. You know, everybody's got like these individual skills we all try to like bring to the table, I feel like.
100%.
But
I was gonna say the Carter's like that. Like, he's labeled as the integrator on the website. So he kind of. What does that mean exactly?
He helps with like integrating some of like, I guess I would be like with the visionary and he'd be the integrator. He kind of helps like, integrate a lot of these ideas and helps me create like a formula for them and how we can like put everything together, how we need to communicate with everybody, you know. But this is all new too, man. Like SKEEMN started like as a business in 2019. The idea even way before that. Yeah. But like coming together as like a group and putting out like music as a group and stuff is all still a new adventure. This is our first project we've done together. So just like, we're just still learning the whole world of using social media and coming together. We're all busy, you know. It's like, but just like this opportunity with this album, I feel like is gonna be a cool thing that shows us like maybe what we're capable of and what teamwork can actually do if we all come together, you know.
Exactly.
That's a really good segue because I want to get into this new album, but before that, I'm going to take this tiny little break. We're going to play a little game about Spokane. It's called the what did I call this? This is a brand new game. I just came up with it. I was like, I know we can't play the Spokane hot list game where I say a word and you say the first word that comes to your mind as it relates to Spokane. What we're going to do now is I'm going to play. It's going to be called This or That in Spokane. I'm going to give you the category. I'm going to say park, and I'm going to say Riverfront Park, Manitou Park, and you can either pick Riverfront Park, Manitou Park, or something else that you would rather represent. Okay. So the first one I'm going to start with is Riverfront Park, Manitou Park, and let's go around.
I'm going to go with the Bemis Park. That's where I used to hoop as a kid.
Ooh, nice. Jordan?
I'm gonna go with Browns Park. That's where we used to fight in high school. I think I have a volleyball course there now. It pops off.
Yeah, Browns has a whole turnaround from what it used to be.
Manitou, I guess.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite one.
I mean, yeah. Well, because I used to take my daughter there when she was a lot younger, walk around and look at the flowers and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Shout out to Manitou. They've got some really cool art festivals and stuff. So
Yeah.
They're killing it.
I would say Bowling Pitcher Park is my favorite park in the city.
I like it.
I'm a big hiker. I like getting outside.
Nice.
Clear my mind. It's beautiful.
Sell trail mix.
I don't sell trail mix.
Why you got cargo shorts on?
To carry.
That's funny.
No, I would also say Manitou Park. I just love the scenery. I love midsummer, so I love all the pretty flowers and just thinking about different contexts of beautiful things. And then I also like shrooming out at Manitou Park too. Just so gorgeous. It's a lovely, lovely thing to do there.
Nice. Shopping, Northtown Mall or Valley Mall? Where are you going?
Valley Mall all day.
Oh yeah, Valley Mall.
Not even a question. I work at the Valley Mall too. But
I worked at Northtown Mall, and it's nothing compared to the Valley Mall.
Northtown is
most of those stores are closed in there now. It's just a ghost town every time I go.
Northtown is so weird now. It is like the weirdest mall to go to. All my favorite things that were in Northtown Mall from like the 90s are just, it's just like, it is very weird going on.
Wait, can I add something to my answer though?
Yeah.
Because I do work at the Zoomies in the Valley Mall. I think it's cool there compared to Northtown now. But back in the day when Northtown had the basement with the arcade.
Bumpers.
At the point in my life, I probably would have rather been to Northtown.
Used to beg moms to drive me 2 hours into Spokane just to go to that arcade in the basement. Man. Some of my favorite memories, but definitely Valley Mall now.
God, I forgot about that. That's crazy.
Oh, bumpers. Where are you rocking at, Jordan? Valley Mall?
I'll go with Valley Mall too. I used to be the manager at PacSun, but now I go in there just to see a Bendi. But I'll choose Valley Mall all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose Valley Mall as well. My daughter likes to run my pockets there, so yeah,
definitely.
Shout out to Samaya.
Shout out Samaya.
Shout out Twin.
Shout out to
baby.
I don't shop at the mall. I go to the thrift store.
Ooh. Which one?
Hence
Which
the
one?
cargo shorts.
Which one are you going to?
I like Goodwill, you know, that's a classic. I go to the bins. UGM for furniture. Come on. I got actually a studio desk at UGM.
Oh, wow.
UGM, yeah. It's like a 3-tier desk system.
That's awesome.
Fucking love that.
Tone of voice plus commentary. Something too.
I would say I'm rocking with the Valley Mall for sure. Just have more memories going out there and whatnot. So that's my reason.
I'm gonna do a food one, and that's gonna be pizza. Market Street Pizza, Flying Goat, or wherever else you're rocking and eating pizza at.
Easy.
It's Market Street. It's Market Street. I'll answer for everybody.
That was my answer. I answered this one on the last episode.
Market Street is the number one answer that's came up in pretty much like 90% of my episodes.
Benedito's is good too. I like
Benedito's is great, yeah.
We rocking with Pizzarita over here.
Hey, get him out.
My pops had a house right behind Pizzarita growing up, so.
Yo, this is 12%. We're having fun, man.
That's why I get this lime margarita, because there's some that are like 8%. I'm like, why am I going to spend the same amount on 8% when I can get it for 12%? White people, I don't remember what your pizza was.
I don't even remember. I think I said like some Pizza Hut or some shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You know, but actually, if we're gonna go, we'll go back home. I mean, it's out here as well, I think. Round Table Pizza.
That's where we teach kids to gamble.
That was my shit back then.
Round Table is a great shout out. I went to Round Table hella as a kid.
Same.
Basketball banquets and shit.
Yeah.
Getting fucking shit out of the little vending machine. But my pizza spot would be Benedito's.
What spot? On Sprague or up on the hill?
I like the one on Sprague. The original man who started No Lie Brewery brews beer now at Benedito's. So,
why don't I know this? Why I should know this? That's amazing.
It was so my best friend's pops growing up. He started No Lie Brewery.
When it was Northern Lights.
Yeah, when it was Northern Lights.
Oh my gosh!
And he was the original brewer there, and now he works at Benedito's just for fun.
That's amazing.
Some lore.
Yeah,
that is some lore.
That's why they got great beer at the one on Sprague.
Right. Oh, that's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Damn.
I would say Republic Pie. I think it's also owned by the Flying Goat, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
it is,
but I would say that's my favorite pizza joint. They're just damn good. Like, it's located on Grand, if I'm not mistaken, right next to Manitou Tap House. Great spot. If you haven't tried it, I would totally go do it.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us.
Pizza, my DMs are open.
Every day.
Wild.
So the last one I'm going to ask is music venue. We're going to go the Chameleon. I wrote Bigger Dipper. That's the next version of the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper, and you can go old school here too.
Well,
like
it's an interesting question because we're about to have our first show at the Chameleon.
Yeah.
A couple of us have performed at Lucky You.
Yeah.
The Big Dipper is literally.
That's a staple.
Like home for like a lot of SKEEMN events.
Yeah.
Like shout out to Dan and Dawson for putting on hip hop there when they, might not have had a good rep before. You know, there wasn't a lot of hip hop in that building at all. And I think, we kind of really helped bring some of that culture to the Big Dipper.
Yeah,
and
we did.
It was really
2 shows there last year.
Yes, sir.
That's been a big, huge part of like our whole thing with events and shows for sure. But Chameleon, we love that venue. And I'm super
man.
stoked to go
Some of
try
the
to
best
perform
shows
there, so.
ever, and the audio equipment in there is nuts.
Yeah, Josh has that down on lock.
Yeah, he does.
For sure.
Shout out Josh and the Chameleon, man.
Yeah, shout out the Chameleon for sure.
Definitely.
So are we pretty much the Chameleon? Any other old place you want to shout out?
The Bartlett. Shout out to Bartlett.
The Observatory, I did a couple shows there.
Oh, yeah.
The Pan of always,
Oh man, the Pan.
I was gonna say the Pan.
The Pan was the
Opened up
Pan.
for a lot of Afro Man and Kirk O'Banks.
Oh, yeah.
December Luau.
Debbie.
Yeah, we did the December luau
Greaves.
that I threw. That shit was pretty crazy too.
My first ever official show was at the Red Room, so shout out to the Red Room.
Nice.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. That's actually, I'm actually sad that got put in the last because Red Room has been a huge part of everything for me too, especially the open mics they've been doing.
Fair,
Give
yeah.
a lot of people a chance to go in there and do their thing.
Yeah.
Huge
Thank you, Craig.
opportunity.
Sorry, we almost didn't reach you.
I would say the Big Dipper for sure. That's just like a staple for like my career as an artist, as well as just like SKEEMN in general. Like we kind of came together around the Big Dipper. At least that's how I came together with SKEEMN. So that'll always be like a special venue in my heart.
Yeah, I think that's where honestly like everything clicked for me was that that Harry Potter show y'all did at the Dipper.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, SKEEMN is something special, bro. Like we could really do this. The energy that night was just crazy. So
I'm actually interested to know a little bit more about this Harry Potter show because I was like doing a little research and I was like, I just typed in SKEEMN and SKEEMN show and it came up with this Harry Potter and I was like, oh, this is not related, and I was like, oh no, it is. Yeah. What was the Harry Potter?
I gotta show you my radio ad for that one.
Yeah, you should.
It goes hard. It's my debut radio ad, bro.
But
it was a
basically as it sounds. It's a night at Hogwarts. Bendi did a really good
EDM
job.
and hip hop combined show was the idea. So Weird Wife was one of the more popular EDM artists out here. Somebody I actually went to like school with and known for a really long time, which is kind of cool.
JoJo.
Came back around. We both doing music way later in life, so
nice.
It's cool to do an event with her. But yeah, it was a new idea and bringing two different crowds together, and I think it was pretty cool. I got some notes to make it better even next time, but I mean, it was a cool event. Yeah.
But it was cool because we had like a sorting hat on stage and stuff. So there were banners everywhere with each house.
When was this?
This was last September, or like I think. Or
okay, nice.
And the candles and shit.
The setup was crazy, and people reciprocated the whole like theme thing really well. You can't overdo theme shows, but I think a recurring Harry Potter show would probably hit pretty hard. We claimed Harry Potter in Spokane. Don't try to take that.
What does everyone think about theme shows? Like, I think they're cool. I just like, and I feel like they're getting out there now. Like, I mean, they just did one at not Lucky You, but the Chameleon with name's escaping right now. The famous the artist that's like so famous right now. She's like blowing up. She just performed at Capitol Hill Block Party. Chapel Roan. They just did a show there, and I was just like, but yeah, no, there's so many like theme nights that are happening.
EDM cats love theme nights.
Yeah,
so I think it's also like depends. Like in the EDM world, I think it works really well.
I also feel like it kind of brings like a sense of togetherness because everybody just shows up decked out.
Yeah,
you know, like you didn't have to be like in full witch or warlock outfit, but everybody at least had like a Gryffindor shirt.
That's
or
cool.
Something there, so it was awesome. It was for sure one of my favorite shows I've ever been to.
Well, I'm gonna go back to our little segue where we started talking about this new album that's coming out, SKEEMN Tapes Volume 1, Dark Days. Who wants to start with the inspiration? Where did the inspiration behind this come? Where did this all start?
I guess I'll get it cooking, but you guys should say some stuff.
No, absolutely.
I was sitting down with Carter, and we were talking about an opportunity to get like artist residency. Actually, TS The Solution, shout out to our bro, put me on to the thoughts of like what an artist residency would be like. And so we started pondering options, and then we came up with an idea to go get an Airbnb in this spot up in Northport, Washington, lock ourselves in. It was when it was like -2 degrees for like 3 days.
No, it was -16.
Yeah, it was wildly cold.
-2.
And you're all there?
We all went there, and so it was just like we wanted to lock ourselves in and create a project, and we already kind of come together as a group. We were like, man, this could be like the first project, and so we raised some money, did a bunch of different fundraisers, and did our thing, and made that happen. And then I'll let somebody else fill in from
I mean, shout out to everybody that donated. We were up there for 4 days. Me and Sin shared a bunk bed for those 4 days, and let me tell you, it was a great experience. Tight on space, but honestly, one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been in, to be surrounded by. At the time, we had 10 members. And so each room you walked into, it was like there was a different vibe going. Yeah. And just seeing everybody in their element, like we got a bunch of boys that are really good at writing, so they would just hop around room to room. And it honestly just curated like this crazy energy and also like this bond that we all share. And I really think that's what the album brings out most, is all of us being comfortable enough to be vulnerable on the same track together.
Yeah, it was really cool to see as many different workstations as there were. I think with Carter, me, you, then Elemental P, and Nate, we had at least 5 full actual audio engineering setups to fully record, produce, mix, and master at that Airbnb.
Wow.
Quite a feat. That is quite a feat to do.
Yeah, we all had our own station.
Yeah, we all had our own stations in our own rooms, and I mean, like, there were times I was ripping bass guitar.
Yeah.
There were times that we were fully like belt singing. There were times we were scream rapping. It was a full array of emotion.
I screamed for the first time.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
the first track we did there.
Yeah, the first
Dark
track we did was
Times,
the
man.
hardest track on the project in regards to just like energy. But yeah, no, it was just really cool and also very refreshing to see as many people know that much about audio engineering working together on the same project. It's fated to be a good one for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
Yeah.
that.
Jordan, YP, Nate, you got any thoughts?
What was the question again?
Well,
retreat, how was
now we're talking about the retreat. I was talking about we were talking
The
about like,
album.
how this all came together and like. But,
So, yeah, the retreat was dope. I could have been there longer, but I made stupid decisions. But anyways, besides that, it was a real beautiful thing. Like, just, you know, everybody had their own, like, perspective on every taste of, like, there was shit I can't even explain because y'all just gotta wait till it come out, you know. But
August
I think
23rd.
August 23rd.
23rd.
But
On the 23rd.
But the biggest thing though, like, I think how this album represents us personally is because like what we've all been through. Because the album isn't just any album; it's an album about, you know.
yeah.
Why can't I think right now? It's coming.
mental health.
Mental health.
No,
That's what it is. Yeah, that's the album.
The
Yeah.
initial idea was for an album themed around mental health and specifically, you know, highlighting our own mental health issues
Yeah.
and problems that we all face, which is unique and individual for all of us.
Yeah.
Well worded. That's what I meant to. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask a question? Did you listen to the project?
I did.
Did you
I listened
the
to
whole thing.
I listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah, what do you
I
think?
can't give you my like. I listen to every song once, like, so, and I can't, and I need to sit with music. I like.
right.
I honestly like.
I just put you on the spot.
And I was just like, well, I could be like, there were some notables, but like, I don't want to say what my notable was because like, I don't want to like just say like,
You're not gonna
Give it away.
You won't.
you would not offend anybody. But I
Takes a lot to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, what I loved about it was there was a lot of different genres. Like there's very much something for everyone on this album, and I was like, that's very unique because like typically like when you listen to and I can't even say like typically when you listen to like a group album that has 8 different artists on it, that they they all there's always like kind of a one genre, like, but there's very different genres. Like back up. That was that was something I turned on. I was like, oh, this is something I'm gonna get down
Carter
to.
made that beat.
Yeah.
Too, and that's the shout out past life.
spazzed.
But Dark Times was, but when you talk about mental health and like how like you were affected by, like, so this kind of come from like, I shouldn't say COVID, but is this like, I think everyone's dealing with mental health from COVID, but like, I don't know if this is like a direct response to it, but like, I just felt like when I was reading the record track, the titles of each song, I was just like, there's something going on here. And is that like, so it all started with like, you wanted to have a essential theme around mental health?
I mean, yeah, for sure. It ended up like evolving too into like the project is this, like, I think it's emotional. I think that there's a lot of parts in it where it's like we're clearly like talking about how we're in the middle of struggling, like so I mean we don't have a whole lot of answers for everybody as far as with the mental health thing. But I think in a lot of way we do though, because we're sharing our honest feelings and that's healing. But
I think that's in mental health. I think being able to just talk about it and have men talk about it is very powerful. Just because we like to stay silent, men, and I know that like raising a son, like I want him to be able to express how he feels. Like when I was younger, I didn't always want to express how I felt because I was scared of how my dad would react to me or my mom. And I feel like I imagine all you probably experienced some of that as well. Sure. And, but yeah, it's definitely something that we don't do much, and I feel like as artists, like it helps you grow so much when you can actually talk about that. Like, so. But that's awesome. I mean, I really want to dig into it more, just because like I can't really say like I listen to every song like literally once, so and I didn't get to like go through it like as much as I wanted to, and because I don't know you all's voices as that well. I know YP's pretty well, but I don't know who I'm hearing, so like I don't even know who's on any track, right. And so I don't want to like be like I like that one because that. Of who's on it or anything, because I really don't know, but I was impressed. I think it's like it's cool to see artists getting together and actually making art music that is meaningful and has like a perspective, because like people don't really do that anymore. Like people just want to release music to release music. It's something that me and YP talked about. Was just like all of you are probably sitting on a ton of music. You could just start releasing it every day for like for a long time. And the more I talk with artists, like I'm just like that's not a good strategy, because then you're not releasing stuff that's meaningful. You're just releasing stuff just to release stuff. I'm on Spotify, I will see certain artists and they're releasing a track a week. And it could be really fucking good, but it's still like I can't listen to that much of that one artist every week.
I think there's different grinds too. I mean, I'm not on that wave. For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been waiting for utilizing the SKEEMN project to build my energy up in a lot of ways, and some of the buzz up around maybe what I'm doing. Yeah. And I'm going to follow up with some individual shit, as I think a lot of us are going to next year. But, yeah.
So yeah, I will say I'm excited for this album to come out, and I think what you're creating is really fucking dope.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
so when did this retreat happen?
January.
Okay, January. So like, how's the record organized? Like, the album organized? Like, is it like multiple people on each track, or how did that all happen?
Nate, Sin, me, and Carter are the producers on the project. Yeah, and so like they were saying, we had all of our different stations set up, and through that, and then everybody else kind of like gets on a couple tracks here and there. Some people are, like. Also, if I could shout out Sin, you won't even recognize it. He's like doing rapping, and then Dark Times, all of a sudden he has like one of the most beautiful voices on the whole project on So Long. Like,
oh, nice.
I'll let somebody else talk.
Yeah.
Thank you. Too kind.
I think the album was organized in a way that we just tried to make it flow as organically as possible, because it is so diverse and there's such a multitude of different genres and ideas being kind of thrown at the wall. And that was kind of the whole point of the retreat too, was to record and make as much music as we possibly could, and then whittle it down to the 10 tracks that would be the most impactful. And picking the order just kind of came down to what's gonna hold someone's attention the longest when they're listening to it, what songs are going to hit the hardest for people, Yeah. So we had to kind of make educated guesses, obviously, because we didn't, show the songs to anybody except for us.
Right.
So it went through a couple different orders before we settled on the final order.
More than a couple.
Not every song was like made at the retreat, but I think a lot of them were. Probably over half.
Over half for sure.
Probably like 60-70%. And there's a couple that we'd already started before, or one couple that we worked on afterwards. But
facts. Yeah, I think as far as the track list goes, there's 2 solo songs. There's Back Up, and then the one
So Long, and then Big Waves is my single.
Big Waves. So yeah, 3 out of 11 tracks are solo songs.
Yeah.
So other than that, there's like minimum of 2 people on each track. Most tracks have like 3 to 4. So.
Nice.
We got music videos coming out for Dark Times and for Fool for sure. I'm probably gonna do at least some sort of visuals for a lot of the other songs too.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Who's doing the visuals for that?
We kind of, as of right now, we're doing everything ourselves.
Nice.
But we're open to working with people. There's a couple people in town that have been.
Who is it? Say it out loud.
So Anthony Steve is somebody that I started kind of like working with a little bit, and I'm kind of, shout out, bro. I'm trying to work with you, dog. I appreciate it. But our boy Joshua Thomas does a lot of our shooting too.
Oh, nice.
And he sets up a lot of gear and puts together some ideas for our shoots and everything, and does photography and kind of just like helps out with like a lot of stuff that we need with the audio setup.
100%.
But yeah, and then Carter and I also kind of put together a lot of ideas. Me and Bambi sit down and like we kind of brainstorm and write down some ideas for music videos.
Do a
Everybody
lot
kind
of
of pitches
scripts.
in, you know.
Yeah, everybody pitches in equally. I feel like.
We don't got a huge budget, man, so we got to figure it out.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Dollar in a dream.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a videographer. I'm upgraded my video equipment. I've got a Blackmagic pocket cinema camera coming, and I'm like, if I can help people make good music videos or videos of like with my camera, like I'd love to help people. So like I'm not a videographer, but I did buy a videographer camera just so I could get really good 4K video.
Right.
But like I will say, like that is the hustle though, isn't it? Like it's being able to find equipment and get people to help you do it. Because like I mean, I've definitely done the research and tried to get music videos paid for, and like it's not cheap for people to do it.
Well, there's 9 of us too, though. I think we're still learning this. Like when 9 people actually come together and use all their skills and all, maybe even finances to like do something, you can really do a lot with that.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's the most thing I'm eager about continuing my process with building everything we're building and getting this new SKEEMN building. You know, it's like I think that as more and more practice, more and more releases, and just events and everything, we can like really be able to utilize that like team effort a lot, I guess.
Yeah. I was gonna ask like, what's your favorite track on that album from each of you? But I don't know if you want to do that.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind.
What are the one like which? Yeah, start here. Yeah, let's start here.
Oh, that's tough. So removing the track I produced, I would probably say, that's really tough, man. There's a lot of good picks. I don't want to pick one that I'm on, so I'd probably say Back Up, or Ugly. I think Ugly is really strong. But if I were to pick one that I'm on, I'd probably say Dark Times Are So Long.
Yeah, I should ask, like, what is the which song is most meaningful to you? That's a better question, because that's where it's not like what you're like, it's not your favorite or what you're most looking forward to everyone hearing. Like, what is the most meaningful song to you on the album?
Probably So Long, because I'm talking about like a lot of suicidal ideation that like I myself have battled for many years, and like that's a very raw song. Like I don't know if I'm gonna cry when I sing that live on the 23rd.
Yeah,
like that's a very raw track, and I put myself on the line for that, so I'd probably go there because it's just that personal.
Yeah.
So Long is probably my favorite track, just because it was something from Sin that I didn't know he had, which is always cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful voice that, you know, he's usually screaming on the beat, and he just goes to like this beautiful like ballad song. So that was probably my favorite track. And then your other question was what? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I mean like what was the most like what's the most meaningful track to you on the album?
Meaningful track, probably So Long.
Yeah,
because it was cool for me to see just the differentiation between Sin's skill set. Like, you know,
means a lot.
Yeah, it was something cool to see and something special that came out. You know, only because possibly that we were all there together and he felt safe and comfortable to be able to do that and show that side of him. So I thought that was pretty powerful.
Crazy song.
Yeah, beautiful song.
Yeah, So Long's wild for sure. Yeah. That one, but also Dark Times. I think they all slid on that. Sin slid on that shit. But not only that, Bendi as well. Like he got out of his comfort zone, because I know Benzel. That was crazy. It was dope. So yeah, those two for sure.
Yeah.
And I like Mine and Bambi shit too, and Mine and Willis and shit too. Fuck it. You know? Shit.
Perfect.
But
by
yeah.
any means.
Yeah.
By any means.
By any means, yeah. And what is it, Baby Why You Lying?
Baby, why you lying?
Yeah.
Or Baby, Are You Lying?
Babe, that, yeah. Well, they lying either way.
I'll probably have to go with So Long. That's just so strong and so just emotionally powerful. And then after that, I would say, is it just God?
God
with a question mark.
God question mark. That one is like another just like deep, like will hit you in your feelings song. I really like that one too.
When I saw that track on the list, I was like, God question mark. I was like, oh, what is this going to be about? And then I was like, oh, this is cutting. Like I love music that makes me fucking think. So it's good. Bambi, what are you?
I got two. I'm a cheat. By Any Means was one of the first songs that I ever recorded with Bendi, and it was also the first song I ever hopped on with my brother YP. So that one holds a special place in my heart, and it's also just beautiful. It's like one of the best interludes I've ever made for a project.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Intro. You know what he meant. You get me.
Gotcha, and then aside from that, I would definitely go Dark Times because that was the first song we recorded at the retreat. And it set the tone for the rest of it. It put everybody into that like overdrive mode. It was like, all right, we really could do this.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
It's a hard question, but I'll probably say a few just because one seems weird.
That's fine.
I'll break it down this way. Production-wise, for one of the beats that I made on the project, Baby Are You Lying? I feel like I had my strongest mixing and my strongest production on that song of any other song. And so as far as that side of things goes, I'm stoked about that. As far as testing myself, Dark Times, because I never screamed on a track.
Facts.
And it felt good and it was cool and I feel like it sounds good. And then, man, I also For a Fool has grown on me a lot. I didn't really even like think the song was that strong at first. I mean, King of First making it, and then it just kind of kept growing on me. And now it's like when I listen to it, I just completely like relax, and it's nice.
That one's got 4 of us on it too. Yeah. That one's a really good job at like collaborating with so many people.
Big Waves is also it's the one I added last minute. I really like that one too. It's kind of emotional.
Big Waves goes crazy, bro. You killed that one.
Facts.
Sing your little heart out, man.
So this is all like coming. This is all culminating. I cannot say that word.
Accumulating.
Coming together for a big album release show. You're gonna have Jada and you're gonna have Zayshawn
and Anthony the Steve. Shout out to our boy. The show's so this comes out on the 23rd.
This will come out. I think we decided either the day before the show. Yeah, the day before the show.
All right. Well, the show's tomorrow. Anthony the Steve's pulling up too. We got Jada, Zayshawn Hayes. It's gonna be lit.
Be a great show.
Yeah.
So this album release show, like how did you decide on this date? Like, was this all did this all kind of come together? How did this all come together?
I mean, we obviously wanted to give ourselves time from January to get everything figured out, think of ideas for promo and put the show together. But,
put different songs on.
Yeah, but I mean, it just felt like a good day, like into summer vibes. There's a lot of other events right before and right after that weekend.
Yeah,
we got Base Canyon going the week before and rave stuff, whatever, and then the week after, I think it's like Memorial Day or Labor Day, whichever one's that one is.
I think Labor Day's the next weekend. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good little pocketed weekend in the party,
and you're all. You've all done shows before together, but like this is like gonna be very much like the group, all on stage at different times, like coming on and off stage. Right. How is like the prep for that? Like, how are you rehearsing a ton?
Been rehearsing a ton. We've been scheduling 4 or 5 rehearsals at the Big Dipper now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice!
Shout out to Ryan and the Big Dipper. They've let us come there on days when they don't have shows. They help us out. So.
Nice.
Yeah. It's been awesome.
Rehearsal on Wednesday. Everybody show up.
But it's really allowed us to be like comfortable with each other on stage, because when we did High Rise, we were all that was like our first group performance.
Yeah. Okay, so that was your first group performance with High Rise. Okay,
so it was like learning from that and then going from there to make ourselves better and more comfortable on stage. Because I mean, when you got 4 dudes up on stage, what do you do while the other person's rapping?
Yeah,
so you got to figure that out and really assess from there. And I feel like we really clicked as a cohesive group.
No, I gotta say, when I was at High Rise, I made sure I stayed for your entire set, just because I was very high. I don't know.
Everybody was.
And I was high around a lot of people, which I'm not very used to. Like, I'm used to being high, but not around 100 people.
Yeah, you called me Kid Judo that night.
I did call you Kid Judo.
He was high as hell.
Shout out Kid Judo.
But no, I will say, I mean, I would have known that would have been your first time all performing together. You did. It was you did a great job. And you weren't even really planning on performing together, right? Like that kind of.
We were.
You were, okay.
But it was like that show was just like more about like kind of like a cultural building event, a networking, like a fun party.
Yeah.
It had music for sure, but I think the theme there was a little bit stronger with a cultural networking vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
Than it was
Smoking
with
weed
like
inside.
you know.
Smoke weed at the venue. It's like something out of Mac and Devin movie.
It was something.
Pretty sure the homeless in the alley out back. were
Shout out to
getting
the
high,
dojo,
too.
man. Shout out to the dojo.
Dojo was too
Shout out to our boy Daniel. It's the newest venue in Spokane right now, the dojo. If you need some cool stuff to put together,
Or do some karate.
Or do some karate. Yeah, you can do karate and perform in the same day.
What are the rules about smoking inside? How did that all come together? Actually, now I'm not thinking about it. Like, is there
a lot of fans?
a
lot of fans.
It was
open windows.
It was cool. I know, but I was just like, how are people smoking inside? If I did this in my studio, I'd probably get kicked out of here.
I mean, it's there.
They own it, yeah.
There. We just make sure nobody's smoking in the hallways.
Yeah.
Make sure you got fans rocking, ashtrays everywhere
Yeah.
inside. But they've done other events like that before, and so they've kind of got a little situation.
That's cool. No, I think it's great. Just because, like, I mean, there should be more events like that, more safe spaces like that where people can go smoke and like and hang out.
Hey, shout out to the SKEEMN building. We're down on 154 South Madison Street. We're gonna be doing all sorts of cool events, barbecues, mini shows, little street markets. We got audio production ready for y'all. Shout out to everybody in the studio.
But back to the show, like how you have surprises up your sleeve for the show? Like what? Like how are you gonna do the album front to back? Like what are you thinking about on the show front?
Front to back and
12.5%, man.
You don't got to give up anything. I just like kind of like what kind of vibe are you trying to set at this thing?
We're gonna do it front to back. We're also gonna have some mini sets where some of the members pull up and do some like solo songs or like collaborative songs. Like Sin and I will probably do some of our While We Wait EP. And we'll have the big long set, which is what we're planning on, like 45 minutes for SKEEMN.
Yeah. Starts out with DJ playing. First hour of music is SKEEMN mini sets.
Okay.
From 9 to 10:30, we got our 3 local acts.
Okay.
And then from 10:30 to like 11:15, we'll do our stuff.
Oh, nice, awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, front to back, we're gonna do the entire thing and kind of just play it in order, get a vibe on how everybody's feeling for it.
We might add a couple bonus tracks too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we already got like 8 songs.
I was gonna say the one question I was gonna ask was like on this new album, like how many tracks did you record that didn't make it?
Probably a good 40 to 50.
Oh wow!
I mean,
we made
I give it like maybe 20 to 30.
We probably in total made about 30 to 35 tracks at the retreat.
I think you guys are undershot.
No.
We made a lot.
As far as I think as far as like little things we started, like a little mini beats and stuff, probably what Bambi's saying. But as far as like
full-fledged
actual beats with ideas
30.
or something, we probably had somewhere
20
in the
to
middle.
30.
Yeah, 20 and 30.
The like fully fleshed out ideas, 20 to 30. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
It's definitely a process. A lot's been taken off and a lot's been added. So
reshuffled.
Yeah.
Reshuffle, reordered,
revamped.
So yeah, give me all the details of the show.
Man, August 23rd, we at the Chameleon. Bring your mama, your granny, your auntie, your pappy, all of them. Have the whole family reunion at the Chameleon. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Yeah, we doing that shit. We gonna lift it the fuck up. We gonna turn it out. You know? Yeah. Shit. I might throw a little song or two in there for my mini set. You know what I mean? That Take Care. I'm finna go crazy with it. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me, baby, is this feeling fair?
Hey, truth or dare, baby. Take care. But yeah, you know, I can't wait to rock it with my brothers, man. You know?
Yeah.
Like we were saying, that venue's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like the sound is wild. People were skeptic, like, damn, the wall's down, because you know how they had the wall divided, you know, and so they're like, damn, I wonder how it's gonna sound, and it sounds fucking better.
Yeah. No, it sounds great there. Well, they put more speakers out into the restaurant area, and like, it does sound really good in there. I just want that crowd to get packed. Like that's the one thing I miss about the walls is I love it when you just pack everybody into that in that space, and this guy do crowd work, you do it. You did it at the high rise event, like getting high people to dance. You did it. So I know that one thing that kind of came up with Bendi when I interviewed him, and even with you, YP, like there's, you're releasing this album, everyone's going to be featured on it, but like I know that this is also going to be a moment where everyone's looking to probably release more music afterwards. Like, so what projects are you all working on that? And you don't have to, if you have dates, like shout it out. But if you don't, like what's next for everyone? And kind of, I'd love to know what's going on.
Start with that.
Let's start with.
Come on, no.
You gotta leak it.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I've been working on a project for like 4 years, and it's gonna be my first magnum opus, Synesthete Volume 1: A Distorted Dystopia. I don't have a date yet. I'm trying to make sure it is perfect for how long I've been working on it, but it's a 30-song project, and it's going to be very cyberpunk oriented, very futuristic. Like, I'm a big anime nerd. Like, I love Ghost in the Shell. Like, that's my shit. So there's going to be a lot of influence there. Just be prepared for lots of bangers, lots of heavy subject matter, and a lot of guitar on the project.
Yeah. And I should note, like, if you've released something recently, because I know, Nate, you released your EP recently, like, shout that out. And also, like, what do you have anything else coming up?
Yeah, so I just dropped a project in April, just a little 4-song EP called Thought Thinker by Synonymous. It's got Bambii on there, it's got Willis the Realist featured on there, Elemento P featured on there as well. Self-produced, self-mixed, put out, the whole thing. But right now I'm pivoting. I'm going to be working on a full project now. I actually have a concept for the album, but it's in process. It's in early stages. I have some visual ideas as well.
Yeah.
But that's all gonna be. I'm giving myself a year for this next project.
Nice. Yeah. I was gonna say,
giving myself a year time frame, and just getting the music right before I work towards the visual process of it. But it's gonna be a full two-part thing, music and visual.
Yeah,
project.
I love your EP. It was
Thank
very, very, very strong. I don't know if that was the first thing you released, but we're also gonna. My plan is to also have individual interviews with each one of you eventually in the next year. So like I definitely want to mention that, so you don't have to go too deep. But I loved your EP. It was so good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I worked pretty hard. That was my first self-produced project where I made everything on it. So.
Come on.
And you killed it.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So yeah, I'm working on my next project. It's gonna be a big one. I'm giving myself a year time frame. So for now, just watch out for the beats, because I drop beats almost every week. So
Where we're at?
Just on Instagram. Yeah,
Nice.
check them out. And I'll be starting a beat channel hopefully soon, so
Awesome.
you can check those out and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got coming.
Love it.
Yeah, my dog. Shit.
When's it all coming out, YP? when are the 100 songs gonna come out?
So my plan is to drop my first ever actual project by the end of this year. I got a song that is dropping at the end of September. Yeah. The one that we were.
The infamous one.
No. Shout out Infamous. That's my brother, man.
Oh.
The one with Top.
The one with Top. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you was talking about. Yeah. Bag in the Middle. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But aside from that, yeah, I'm gonna be, by the end of this year, I'll have my first ever project.
Nice.
And it's about time. It's been a long time coming. I'm still deciding if I want to use shit from the vault or mainly just put my heart and soul, lock myself in a room with my brothers one weekend and make it from scratch.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say, when you filled in for Neves at the Top and Jank show, I was like, I I was excited to be at the show in the first place, but when you were doing a set, I was like, I was excited, and I brought my buddy who just moved here from England, and he was like, YP, he's fucking good. Like,
Wow,
you're like, you are a very good performer, and like you're
Thank
like
you.
amazing lyricist. Like
Thank
you're
you.
I'm excited for all your projects, but I love your style. So
No, thank you. Yeah, it was actually crazy. Like I was in bed with my girl and shit, and like I get a call from Jang, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I answered. I'm like, yo, what up, bro? And he was like, yo, Neves is having his kid. He can't be at the show, obviously. And he's like, so, I was thinking like if he wanted to be a part of it, I was, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, today, I think it was that day he called me. Yeah, it was that day he called me. I hit up the bros. I'm like, hey, like, I'm gonna be there, I guess. Like, all right,
Nigga
bet.
got me off the couch. He said, "Bro, we getting late."
Yeah, and
SKEEMN squad pulled up.
yeah, my shout out my brothers, man, and it just they bring it out of me,
Yeah.
because I get real freaked out before then. Like I think I'm gonna forget my words, but then when I see my brothers like getting crazy with me, then it just makes me go 10 times.
That's awesome.
Crazier. So
Yeah.
thank you, I appreciate
it. It was
that. Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
It also made me like realize I need to fucking hustle to get your podcast out because I have been slacking on that. So, but I appreciate your patience on me getting your episode out.
No, absolutely. No, yeah, no. I had a good time either way, man.
Yeah. Jordan, what's coming up with you?
I got so much in the vault right
Yeah.
now, but everything I keep making, especially me and Carter Fox, we be going ham lately. Like just every day we be making stuff. So hopefully we'll have a full project from me, fully produced by Carter, out by the end of the year. Other than that, I have a couple singles. Me and Sherm just gotta get them locked in.
Nice.
And
Shout out Chef Sherm.
yeah, but
Shout
I'll
out
have a
Sherm,
lot of
man.
stuff coming out in these next few months.
Do you have stuff out right now or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got like 3-4
Blood in
songs,
the
but like they're all
Okay,
Yeah, Blood in the Water, like my big one.
I'll make sure to go check it out after this.
I haven't put out music in like 5 years. Like I said, like I lost my way for a long time, and so I'm finally getting back to it. And but no, yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming.
Oh,
A lot of
nice.
stuff in the works.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Baby.
I got a bit of workout. I got my first album ever. That one's out on all platforms. I just dropped an EP with Sin called While We Wait.
Yeah.
That one's West Coast heavily produced and stuff like that. But the big project that I'm saving up for is called Cigarettes and Silhouettes. Cover art's done by Maze. Shout out Maze. She's awesome. This one's going to be different. Very different. Entirely produced by Synesthete. So it's going to be something that is far out of the norm for me, so look out for that around Halloween.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
And Bendi, I know you have a lot going on. I feel like you have.
I'm centering myself right now.
Yeah.
I'm focused on the building and the album.
Right.
But my vault is crazy large, and I'm still just discovering like what I really want to do. But the main thing is I'm kind of rebranding myself a little bit.
Yeah.
I've put out a lot of different types of music, but I think I've more like honed in on a wavier style with some hip hop elements here and there. But I'm gonna kind of switch some things up, and I like to call it like headphone music. Like it sounds nice in headphones. I use a lot of like panning audio.
Yeah. The panning audio thing is like it's coming up. Like I like been listening to some stuff where like there's like stuff because I listen on my like Beats solo studio headphones and like it's crazy what people are doing with music now
Right.
with that
No, for
that
sure.
surround sound.
So Adobe, I don't know the actual terms on this, but there's a new system in music called Adobe Atmos, I think. And so music for a long time has been like, left, like center, left, right. We can move shit around a little bit, but now it's like basically, without nerding into it too much, like they're gonna be able to have a very much more immersive way of like mixing music.
Yeah.
Which is
Fully
crazy.
spatial audio.
Yeah. So like,
360 audio.
A sphere of sound, like a literal sphere of sound.
So I'm like intimidated as a mixing and mastering audio person. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some presets being used here in the future, but I'm also intrigued by that because I really do enjoy that like super trippy sound. Like y'all be able to draw like music moving from like underneath me to above you. Just like the way you'll be able to move the audio is gonna be really crazy pretty soon, and I'm stoked for the ability to learn that shit.
Oh man. Watch out, mushrooms.
I love doing mushrooms and making music.
Right, no, for sure.
Production's my favorite thing though, man. I've fell in love with production a lot like recently.
I got really high the other night, and I was on Instagram, and I swiped up on a reel, and all of a sudden there was a knock at the door, and it was like, and I thought it was coming from I was like late at night. I thought someone was at my front door, and I like jumped out of bed, and I was just like. And it was a freaking reel I was listening to, and they used that stupid surround. And it freaked the hell out of me. I didn't sleep for like 2 hours.
It's already messing with me.
Yeah. So like the future of SKEEMN, like what is that? What's coming up? And I mean, not coming up, but like what, you're coming out with the first volume. So I imagine there's going to be a second volume someday.
We've already got half of the second album already.
Oh, nice.
There's going to be a pace with it. I think that the building right now is a really big thing for everything going on with SKEEMN as a total. Yeah. Which is, like I shouted out earlier a little bit, but yeah, we're down on Madison Street. We just got in there like a couple days ago. We're literally moving in. 154, yeah. But that's going to be like the super cool cultural building opportunity for Spokane and for an opportunity for us to all, like, losing panoramic dreams like sucked.
Yeah.
And like that, like, and so being able to get this back, I think is going to provide a lot more like connectivity and growth for not only us as a unit, but just like I think we're going to be able to provide a lot for the community too.
I in the last episode, me and Bendi talked a little bit more about the SKEEMN space. But the plan is like to be able to have, if someone's interested in like recording or like working with you, they could reach out and like
recording, mixing, mastering, making beats, music videos, photography. The rooms, a lot of the rooms that we're subleasing now are to other creatives, musicians or photographers, or Bambii and his family might even take one of the spots and do some visual art stuff. The whole goal is to have like this sort of like creative hub. That, and obviously we can run our side of things, of what we do out of there, my audio production stuff, and I can provide opportunities from even other producers like Sin and Nate to like utilize the space. Right. I do screen printing too.
Oh, nice.
So
that's right.
I'm going to be doing a lot of my screen printing work out of the building and trying to build that company up a little bit. So.
Yeah. And I'm excited for that first SKEEMN party out on that patio. It needs to happen. Houdini talked about it forever of doing like a show out there, and it never really came to fruition. But like you got to do some type of show, a pop up there.
Yeah, so we're already doing a couple.
Oh yeah,
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, okay, great.
The 16th.
The 16th, and this episode comes out on the 27th.
Oh yeah, so these already happened.
We're in the past.
So we just did one on the 16th. It was fucking wild. It was awesome. You had to be there.
Is that a Saturday? Is that two Saturday? Oh, Friday. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I'll be in Glacier.
But yeah, but like Jordan was saying though, like if you want to tell them about the barbecue, we're gonna do more of that stuff. I'll let you tell them about it.
Yeah.
So. I don't really know, but
all right. Well, we're basically gonna be doing like barbecues and little events here and there every other weekend. We'll post more information about it, but we're definitely gonna utilize our outside space.
Still, it's in the drafting phase.
Planning on doing some open mics.
I was like, I know that part that was in the group chat, but I was like, I don't want to speak on something and be like, no, Jordan, don't say it.
We might even start selling cookies. Fuck it.
Cookies, T-shirts, music,
raspberry pie,
barbecue goods,
raspberry pie
barbecue,
for sale.
All sorts of preserves.
Lucrative. We actually are gonna have raspberry pie.
Hot Kool-Aid.
And hopefully someday there will be something underneath you that will be like a not a venue but a restaurant or brewery or something right there.
Brewery restaurant combo, but also hopefully a venue.
Yeah, hopefully a venue.
Something that we can. I'm excited for that to happen.
Yeah.
To see what kind of relationship we can build.
Yeah. That honestly, that back room in that space, I walked through it with Matt Bogue of Houdini. Shout out DJ Unifest, and we wanted to make that little space a little venue because there's no reason why that couldn't be. And that whole space has a cool history of when it was a
fur trading company.
It was a railroad warehouse.
No, but it used to be a coffee shop, and I'm blanking on the name that it used to be. It used to be a coffee shop. Everyone used to perform there.
Okay.
And it was like a very small little intimate place, but it could be more than that.
For sure.
And everyone just tell me I'm an idiot for forgetting this iconic place that was in Spokane back in the 2000s. But yeah, there's so much that can happen there, and I'm excited for the space and to see what you can make of it. And there definitely needs to be parties on that patio, because that is like a party patio, and it needs to be. You need to be doing stuff there all the time. Yeah,
So it's in the works. 100%.
Yeah.
It's in the works.
Well, final thoughts. Like, I mean, I typically end on my definitive question with why Spokane, but I don't really. I want to save that for each of you when you can be on the podcast by yourself. But like, what are you looking forward to in the next year of like what is happening in the hip hop scene specifically here in Spokane? Because I really feel like we're getting into a moment where there's so much that's happening, and it's kind of getting redefined, and you're a big part of that. Affiliates, big part of that. A bunch of other artists in Spokane are a part of that. But like, what are you looking forward to the most over the next year?
I mean, I think I just love seeing just how connected everyone's getting, because it used to be just everyone for their own, everybody fighting everybody, everyone knocking down everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna name names. Certain people still do that. They're on their own wave. That's cool with me. But majority of artists and stuff, we're all working together. We're having some point to do with another person's art.
Yeah.
And I just think that's super cool, just how connected it is right now.
Yeah, totally.
I concur with Jordan. I think that genuinely, like, Spokane, when I first started and I was kind of just like doing my own music and stuff, it was very cliquey. There were pods of people. And I think this past year and a half has really redefined how those pods interact with one another. And we're seeing so many different forms of outreach and these different groups coming together. Like, for example, High Rise. Like, I'll bring that up. Like, that's two entirely different groups came together. We put on a really good show for the community. And it just showed that, hey, when you put your, all of your reservoir together, you can make something beautiful from it. And I think that Spokane's on track to bring more community to the artist culture here.
Yeah, I love that. That's so true.
Yeah, the High Rise was huge as far as showing that, when the artists in the city do come together, we can create a show that, you're not really seeing on a local level besides what we're doing. So that was huge for the city and huge for just the fans of the actual art form of hip hop, to come out and see that.
Yeah.
And then again with the building too, we're building a space where people who aren't necessarily involved yet, they have a chance to maybe come out and get involved and meet people, and get involved with the community that they've been kind of on the outside of, maybe looking in from the outside. Give them a chance to come in, because that's what happened with me, honestly, at Panoramic. I was on the outside of all of this shit, and I was given the opportunity to come in and be a part and join in, and now I'm sitting here with some of the best in the city. So,
yeah, totally.
So
Likewise.
that's inspiring for me. That should be inspiring to all the other artists in the city who are really trying to do this and trying to make an impact and make a statement and do something that matters.
Yeah.
Especially in such like we're in a small city, so everybody knows everybody. You're not getting away with shit.
You're not getting away with shit in Spokane. That's for sure.
So
Rich Slick.
yeah, that's what I gotta say.
Love it.
How I feel about everything, like what we spoke about, like when I was on here, it was like a couple years into the game and stuff. It was like everybody was a part and everybody was like clicked up and like doing this and that, and it's like over past year and a half, like 2 years, because I'd be at the parties freestyling and shit, and everybody's like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
spazzing.
Why aren't you putting this shit out? Like, why aren't you recording this? Why are you da-da-da-da-da? And I'm just like, fuck, da-da-da. And I finally stopped making excuses and actually started listening, to the ones that, like, stick to me, especially this guy. He's been on my head since fucking day one about the shit. But, when I started taking it serious, like, not too long ago, is, in my perspective, like, what I see and what I'm around, because I fuck with everybody, you know what I mean? But I feel like shit has changed drastically in a positive way.
Yeah.
Like High Rise, for example, like, you have two polar opposite groups that come together, and, like, it was beautiful. It was dope. Like the feeling, it was awesome to see, and like it was a very successful night to me.
Yeah.
From what my little eyes could see.
From what he can remember.
That was
Your eyes weren't even open.
I haven't smoked in years, and I guess I was very, very stoned.
Oh yeah.
I was like watching. I think it was when Top and them were performing, and like I'm going, but then like I'm standing there and I'm stuck, and I'm like just concentrating, after paying attention. JoJo looks at me. He's
I
like,
could tell you good, dude.
"Come on."
Our host had to leave the show early. Shout out John Ward, man. What a great host ever. But he had to leave a little bit early because he was too high. He didn't really smoke like that.
Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. You did get out and dance like during the break? Did you dance a little bit?
Did it me?
Yeah.
I got that was high P, bro.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I used to dance back in the
That's
day.
right. Yeah.
These bones don't work like they used to no more.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
That's word.
Man.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, I'm just grateful to be a part of what this city is becoming. Obviously, we're getting new venues like the Chameleon, which is an honor to be able to perform at. But the city is growing in such like a fast way as far as creatives go. I mean, my parents are doing great with their art shows and stuff like that. So it's exciting to see like Spokane finally embrace its creatives, and like that doesn't matter like what you do to be creative. You could paint, you could make music, you could, I don't know, spit on a wall. But I feel, yeah, exactly, macaroni sculptures. But I feel like we're in such a good space for progression to move forward, because obviously, like, there are a few people that are gaining some pretty big notoriety in Spokane. So that helps everybody.
Yeah.
That brings more eyes to the city in general, and I'm grateful to be a part of that. I mean, like I said, I'm new to the city, about a year and a half, 2 years in now, so just to be embraced and surrounded by people that aren't even a part of SKEEMN has been awesome.
Yeah. It's awesome.
So I think I remember the question. It was about just like Spokane.
What are you looking forward to over the next year?
Yeah, I mean, this building, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if this is the biggest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
I think this is the most, like, fulfilling thing I'll ever feel. It's been a stressful journey, but, yeah, like, the second I walked in that building, I was like, oh, my gosh, like, this is, like, this could be, like, the thing that's needed, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm still just trying to ride that wave as hard as I can. And obviously, you know, new music. I want to share music with people, man. It's been, like, even the songs I've put out in the last few years, I've even made, like, even years before that. It's been I haven't put out anything I've made recently in a long time, so I'm excited to share new music with people.
Yeah.
As far as, like, with Spokane, where we're moving, man, yeah, like, to touch on what these guys said, like, just, like, yeah, I do feel like a little bit more of a glow and connection. I think certain opportunities are coming up, and certain shows are happening, and collaborations are happening, to where, if, like, you know, we continue this pattern, that good things will follow, and we can put 509 on the map more, man, for real. Cause,
I love it.
Yeah.
I gotta thank each and every one of you for coming down here and being part of the podcast. I know there's a lot of voices to go around, but I think we did a pretty good job. I gotta say, like, it's the day before the show now, so if you haven't bought your ticket, go buy the ticket.
Buy it right now.
Like, go buy it right now.
It's gonna be crazy.
Don't buy it at the door. Don't be that person who
Buy it
buys
right
it at the
now.
door. Buy it right now.
You save $5 if you buy your tickets right now. Go get them. Go get them while they're hot.
$5. Save that money.
Bring your friends, your mom.
Hey, if you
Definitely bring your mom.
Definitely bring your mom.
Hey, Jordan said if you buy 20 tickets ASAP, he'll show you his feet pics.
And I charge top dollar for them.
Hey, pull them down. Show them if you're for real.
It ain't never been a joke. What you mean?
But just remember to stay scheming, and remember to put the unity in community. That's all I got to say.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Go find. You can. Do you all want to shout out your Instagram handles? Do you care about this? Do we need?
Sure.
Yeah. Go do that.
If you want to follow
Yeah.
the group page, go follow Stay SKEEMN. SKEEMN is spelled SKEEMN. Stay SKEEMN. My name is Bendi. 3 underscores. Bendi 3 underscores. That's my Instagram.
Yeah. And I am Bambii. You can find me at PNW Bambii, Pacific Northwest Bambii. That's Bambii with 2 eyes. Oh, I don't got pass it that far.
You can ask your mama about me. Jordan Taylor .music. That's the Instagram.
Crazy. YP, official YP Music on Instagram. Click that link in that bio. Yeah. And stay scheming, bitch.
Nate Synonymous, all platforms. You know what it is.
First of all, stay scheming, but you can find me under prodsynesthete on Apple Music, Spotify, and Instagram.
Take care, ho.
Thank you
Take
all.
care.
Thank you all so much for listening. Until next time,
Take care.
Take care.
peace. Take care.
Scheming, baby.
This ain't a love thing, we fucking, but it's lovely. Humping, bumping uglies, what a fun thing. Nothing, but it's something, what I'm wanting. It's a real freak bitch with a tongue ring. You know that one girl that do that one thing. She made it disappear, she a mind freak. She ain't playing games like a bye week. When I touch down, show me to the end zone. Show me anything but the friend zone. I watch friends like Joey should've fucked friends. I'd have made Phoebe's legs do the jump, man. But I'm more 88 Pistons, I'm a bad man. Hit me if you want content for your OnlyFans. It's funny you and my schedule will both open. I'm here for a good time, not a long